I live part of the year in Puerto Rico in the largest master plan resort community in the Caribbean called Palmas del Mar. And right now I'm building what I'm being told is the largest single family residence ever built here. It's over 11,000 square feet with a spectacular view of the ocean. And my goal is to build it and sell it in under 2 years and make several $1 million in profit. And here's the best part. I'm doing it with none of my own money. I'm using other people's money to fund the entire project. I also bought and renovated a hotel in Puerto Rico, and not only did I use other people's money to fund the entire project, the tourism department of Puerto Rico is so thrilled that I'm contributing to the economy that they're giving me over $1 million in free money. My point is, don't believe the lies that you need money to invest in real estate. What you need is knowledge, not money. When you learn how to invest in real estate with none of your own money, your life will change forever. I've been investing in real estate now for 20 years, so I've learned the game. And on this video, I'm going to show you not just the very best way to get started right now in real estate with no money, but also how you can make a lot of money in real estate with no money. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do that right now. I've dedicated my life to creating content like this for free that will bless you and your family's lives. What I'm sharing with you is life-changing information if you apply it. It's important to understand that there are two primary ways to make money with real estate: lump sums of cash and small sums of cash flow. You can acquire real estate and hold it long-term, earning monthly cash flow, such as rental properties, apartments, or my hotel in Puerto Rico. Or you can acquire real estate and hold it short-term and resell it or flip it for a profit, earning large sums of cash, like my new construction house I'm building. So your two primary methods to make money are to keep it for cash flow slowly over time, or flip it for large sums of cash right now. Now, obviously there are some variations to this, but in simple terms, those are the two primary methods of making money with real estate. And whether you hold or flip properties, you can do it with none of your own money by using other people's money. But here's the thing, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Let me explain. In real estate, everything is developmental. There is a right time and a right place for specific real estate investing strategies based on your experience, your finances, and your goals. And in the beginning, you need to be very selective about the types of strategies you do. So before I tell you the best way and what I believe is the right way to get started with no money, I'm going to first tell you what to not do and why you shouldn't do it. What I'm about to tell you goes against conventional wisdom about what you've probably been taught to create wealth with real estate. I always get a lot of heat for saying this, but I don't care because it's what I believe is the truth. Now, I learned this firsthand the hard way. Tell me if this is what you learned. I was taught that the path to financial freedom was to acquire cash flowing rental properties. I was told I'd earn passive income, and as soon as my cash flow from my rentals exceeded my living expenses, I'd be financially free. Now leave a comment and tell me if that's what you learned as well. So I followed this advice and I went out, and in a few short years, I acquired 27 or 28 single family rentals in Metro Detroit. Now on paper, I should have been financially free from my cash flow, but that wasn't the case. For the most part, my rentals were taking more than they were giving. And I'll never forget when reality came crashing down and my rental property fantasy was shattered. It was 821 South Sterling Avenue, one of my best rentals. The tenant paid on time every month like clockwork for 2 years. Never late, never complained. A textbook perfect tenant. And the cash flow was great, $500 a month after all my expenses. I remember thinking, this is awesome. $500 a month, that's $6,000 a year. That's $12,000 in passive income over 2 years. Then, after 2 years, my tenant decided not to renew her lease and moved out, and my perfect rental was now vacant. And in order to get that property ready to rent again, I had to replace the carpet, I had to repaint it, and I had to fix a bunch of wear and tear. And all those repairs, just to be able to rent it out again, cost me $15,000. I couldn't believe it. There went my $12,000 in passive income I had earned over the last 2 years, plus some, and it was in that moment when reality hit me like a ton of bricks. Rentals are not passive, and they don't create cash flow, at least that I can rely on, and definitely not for a long time. The truth is, rentals are a lot of work, even with property management, and you constantly have to reinvest any cash flow you earn back into the properties with maintenance and repairs and ongoing capital improvements like roofs and furnaces. So you don't actually see that cash flow for a long time, if ever, and you're not getting financially free anytime soon. At least not until you acquire dozens and even hundreds of properties. Still don't believe me? I'll prove it to you. Did you know that there's an entire class of distressed sellers called tired landlords? A tired landlord is someone who drank the Kool-Aid that you can earn passive income and become financially free with rentals and went out and acquired typically 5 to 10 houses, maybe even with none of their own money, only to realize, like me, that it was a scam, and now they're frustrated and burned out and tired of toilets, tenants, and turnover and ready to dump those unwanted rentals at a discount just to get rid of them. That was exactly what I did years ago. I got rid of every single one of my rentals, and at the time, as a new investor, that was the best decision I could have made. And I'm not the only one to learn the hard way. In every market, there are hundreds and thousands of tired landlords at any given time. And let me be clear, it's not a matter of if you should acquire rentals, it's a matter of when you should acquire rentals. There is a time and a place when holding assets and owning rentals is a good strategy, but it's not in the beginning when you're getting started. In the beginning, your biggest priority is earning cash, not cash flow. In the beginning, you need large sums of cash as quickly as possible because you're trying to quit a job, grow your income, and improve your lifestyle. Building wealth by owning assets comes later when it's developmentally appropriate and you have more time and when you need the tax benefits. But in the beginning, you need massive cash, not passive cash, which brings us to our quick turn strategies, also known as flipping. Now, when it comes to flipping, there are two primary strategies. The first method is what comes to mind for most people when they think of flipping, and that is to acquire a property, add value to it by renovating it, then reselling it for a profit. If done right, flipping is an amazing strategy to make massive amounts of cash. I personally make millions of dollars a year buying, renovating, and flipping houses all across the US. In fact, I have a finder program where I'll pay you $10,000 for every house you find that meets my criteria that I can buy, renovate, and flip. Now, if that sounds exciting, go to my10kcheck.com where you can register for a free training to get all the details. Now, if you think about it, my new construction project, I bought a vacant lot that had no inherent value. Now I'm adding value to the land by building a luxury home that I'll then sell or flip for a massive profit. That would be considered flipping new construction. And here's the best part. Most of the houses I flip, I use other people's money to buy the properties and other people's money to fix up the houses. So I literally make millions of dollars flipping houses with none of my own money. But here's the thing, as amazing as that sounds, don't do it. Not yet, not in the beginning. There is too much risk. Remember the if not when analogy. Just like rentals, it's not if you should flip houses, it's when you should flip houses. Just like with rentals, there is a time and a place for flipping. And like I said earlier, real estate is all about timing. And in the beginning, there is a much safer, faster, and easier way to make lump sums of cash. And that is with a flipping technique called wholesaling. Wholesaling is the most brilliant business model ever created under heaven and earth. Wholesaling is when you source and find distressed property, then you secure the right to buy that property at a discount with a written purchase and sale agreement. But rather than buying, fixing, and renting or flipping it yourself, instead you flip the contract, or what's called assign the contract, to another investor for a profit. So you never own the property. The new investor steps in, pays you a fee for the right to buy the property. He purchases it, he fixes it up, and he flips it, not you. For example, this is a house that my team recently wholesaled to a flipper a few months ago in Washington. As the wholesaler, I made $24,000 for finding and bringing this deal to the flipper. The flipper stepped in and paid $235,000 to buy this house. Then he fixed it up, as you can see, and now it's up for sale currently as of this recording for $310,000. The flipper did all the work and he took on all the risk. He came up with $235,000 to buy the house. He came up with the money for repairs. He managed the renovation, and now he's trying to sell it and make a profit. As the wholesaler, all we did was found a great deal for that flipper without investing any money or taking on any of the risk. And best of all, like I said, we made $24,000. Now I want to ask you something. What if you learned how to wholesale houses and you did just 3 wholesale deals a month without using any of your own money or even borrowing other people's money, and without taking on the risk of buying, owning, and managing rehabs. And what if those 3 wholesale deals a month made on average $14,000 each, which by the way is the industry average for wholesaling? Well, if you did 3 deals a month at $14,000 each, you would earn $500,000 a year. Isn't that insane? 3 wholesale deals a month can make you $500,000 a year. There isn't a better way for someone to get started in real estate with no money and earn $500,000 a year than wholesaling houses. It is the holy grail to making money with no money. Do you know how many single family rentals you would have to own to take to the bank $500,000 a year? Hundreds, literally hundreds. Now, I used to think that wholesaling was just the best way to get started in real estate, and it was a bridge into other strategies like flipping. But over the years, I've learned firsthand that wholesale real estate can be much, much more. In recent years, we've seen an emergence of what I call mega wholesalers who do millions a year in income wholesaling houses. I, for one, currently actively wholesale in 10 different markets, and we earn millions a year without owning a single property. Not only is wholesaling the best no money strategy to get started, but you can scale it to a multi-million-dollar full-blown business operation as well. Now, I want to be real with you. I know I'm making it sound easy. Wholesaling is a very simple process, but it's not easy. It requires a lot of time, energy, and effort to source and find good deals. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. I recently did a video about how wholesaling is not a good side hustle in the sense that you can't put in a half-ass effort for a few hours a week and expect to make a bunch of money. It's gonna require time, energy, and effort. I highly recommend you watch that video. I'll put the link in the description below. As a wholesaler, you're looking for the 5% of sellers in the market at any given time who are in distress and need the speed and convenience of a low cash offer and willing to sell at a discount. That means you have to learn marketing and lead generation to consistently find motivated sellers. As you build your wholesale business, you'll start to reinvest some of your profits into paid marketing methods or channels to get in front of more qualified sellers. But in the beginning, you can find and wholesale distressed properties without spending a dime in marketing. If you didn't know this, I'm actually the leading industry expert on how to wholesale houses with zero marketing budget. I've helped thousands of beginners get started with no money. This is one of my students and now business partners, Hettler. His first year, he made $250,000 wholesaling with no money. His second year, he made $500,000 with no money. This is my other student and now business partner, Spinks, who made over $500,000 his first year wholesaling with no money. Now, I'm gonna put links in the description to interview videos I did with both Jared and Matt so that you can learn how they did it. But does this mean that you can do the same? Well, I have no idea what you're capable of, but I do know that wholesaling is the fastest way with the lowest risk to earn massive cash in real estate with no money. And to help you jumpstart your success, be sure to get my advanced training program called 8-Week Academy, which shows you how to build a 6-figure wholesaling business in 12 months or less. Best of all, I'll give this training to you for free. Just go to 8weekacademy.com. So if you're new to real estate, don't buy rentals, even if you can do it with no money down. And don't buy, fix, and flip, even though you can do it with none of your own money. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Instead, start with wholesaling. Build what I call a money printing press, and then later when the time is right, you can move into flipping and acquiring rentals. If you're convinced I'm right, then the first thing you have to do is choose the right market for you to start wholesaling houses. It might be your backyard where you live, but it might not, and you'll need to choose a virtual or remote market. Now, it's critical to your success as a wholesaler to choose the right market. If you don't, you're doomed to fail before you've even started. So before you do anything else, watch this next video where I explain in detail how to choose the right market for you, as well as the best marketing channels. Watch that now, and I'll see you on the next video.